What up, sunshine? This is a glimpse of my new apartment here in Lakeland. There's a whole lot of stuff that's not quite done yet, so I can't take you on a tour just quite yet. But by next week's video, everything will be all cleaned up and put away and look awesome, and then I can take you for a whole tour around here and around Lakeland, and just to kind of show you around. But I wanted to take this opportunity to at least get another video in to give you a little update on what's been happening. I'm sure you watched our whole trip coming down here. It was one of the most difficult experiences of my life. Really nothing went as planned. I didn't really show you anything around New Orleans because there wasn't much to show. Everything looked really cool, you know, but I gotta tell you, my number one disappointment really was in the voodoo shops. There was like tourist voodoo shops, which were cool. I had like masks everywhere and like had these little baskets of like bone bracelets, which, you know, probably were made in China from porcelain or something. I don't know, but then there was like 3 or 4 like official voodoo shops, and I was like, oh, I'm so excited! I can't wait to to go check this out. So we go in, and I'm like kind of nervous, you know. And really disappointing. It was really just a room that had like some incense over here, some like bags of herbs, and then some candles, and like an old lady that was just like, hello. She wasn't even that creepy, actually. So I was just like, oh, hey. And she was like white. I don't really know what I was. Did you ever play Monkey Island back in the good old computer days? In Monkey Island, you play this. It's a comedy, kind of LucasArts comedy video game thing, and you play a pirate named Guybrush Threepwood. And anyway, one of the things that you do, you go to this voodoo shop, and there's this big black lady standing in front of this bubbling cauldron, and there's like dead chicken hanging on the ceilings, and a whole lot of stuff. And I guess in my head I was thinking something like that. You know, I wanted to go in and be like, oh, this is so cool. But there it was. Went to another voodoo shop. Well, this guy was kind of creepier, but it was just a fat white man petting like his snake. And he was just like, you should come back tomorrow. I'm having a Day of the Dead ceremony. And it was just like, you'd be cooler if you weren't just a fat white man in a polo. Like, seen it. So that was kind of disappointing. But it's only 10 hours away, so if you ever do make your way there, you should let me know, and I'm going to meet. I just noticed I have this crazy like flare going on behind me. I feel like I'm in the new Star Trek. J.J. Abrams would be proud of this light flare I got going on. So, alright, so on to Lakeland. We're here. We finally got settled in. It took us 3 days to get the apartment, but I don't really think it was that bad now. I mean, in the moment, I was just like, I hate this. I want my apartment. But it was pour. I'm talking like I've never seen rain like this. It was bucketing, pouring rain. And then the day we finally got our keys, crystal clear sky. So, you know, maybe it was a good thing that we didn't get our apartment just quite yet, because I wouldn't want to move in like that, because I would be dripping wet and angry and just mad at the world that I was moving in. So maybe it's for the best. You may notice I have paint on my hands. Hopefully it's not too distracting for you. Like right there and right there. I've been painting a lot, and it's been awesome. I painted my dresser, which I'll show you next week. And also our bathroom theme, kind of what we talked about with horror. We kind of went with that horror theme, but also made it more fun too. This black is, we have like a little tray that we put like our rings and kind of jewelry stuff in. We bought like this little coffin that was like made of wood, so I painted it black with red inside, and that's where we're gonna put this stuff in. So I'll show you that next week when I show you the bathroom stuff. We're settling in real nice here in Lakeland. Downtown Lakeland's like 3 miles south of us, and it's real cool. It's real quaint. Lots of like little shops and everything. There's a comic book store down there that I'm gonna be checking out here in the next couple of days. It's only run by one guy, so I'm hoping. Do you remember in college that comic book place that we would go to? I don't know, kind of like 5 minutes away from the college. That that there was like that kind of bitter old man, and there was all those kids running around when we were playing Pokemon cards. Speaking of Pokemon, when we were playing those Pokemon cards, and he was really happy to see adults and would really talk to us. Well, I'm kind of hoping that's the same thing here in Lakeland, that he's going to be really happy to see an adult and not some, you know, snot-nosed kid running around being like, I want my comic book! And I'll be like, hello, sir, and I'll shake his hand, and, you know, we'll get to know each other, and hopefully he'll start saving some comic books aside for me and stuff like that. So, fingers crossed, we'll see what happens there. So let's talk about what you talked about. That is awesome that you're getting your kids into Pokemon. I cannot wait to have kids so I can have nerdy little kids running around with me. As you know, I love board games, and Kelsey likes them. She doesn't play them as much as I want to. I would play a board game every single day of my life, but Kelsey, you know, not so much. So I'm hoping to have, you know, kids and hurry up and grow them up so I can play board games with them. And I'll teach them a lesson of it's okay to lose as long as you lose to your father. That's going to be a real important lesson, I think, that I'm going to teach them. So this new deck of Pokemon cards, is there like a bunch of people that you've never, well, not people, but Pokemon that you've never heard of? Is there anyone that is at all familiar? Because the last Pokemon game I played, there was a teddy bear one, which is cool, like Teddy Bear Saurus or something. And then everyone else, I was just like, who are you? And they got really lame. Like, they just kind of took animals and painted, like, stars or diamonds on their chest. And, like, if it was a fox, it would be, like, Foxora. Or, like, a hawk, and it would be, like, hockey. And it was just like, you're not really original anymore. I mean, they're kind of, from what I saw, they're kind of turning into, like, the next Care Bear, you know, thing. Pretty soon they'll be, like, something with a rainbow on its chest. And it'll be, like, Rainbow Aurora. That's a pretty cool name, Rainbow Aurora. I don't know how to spell that, but it sounds cool. And if they don't use it, maybe I'll use it in my next fantasy novel or something. Speaking of writing, you mentioned NaNoWriMo. I started it like day 2, but then, you know, the whole moving thing kind of got in the way. And yesterday I got back on and started writing again. I'm supposed to be at 16,000 words, I think, which is where you're supposed to be at this time of the month. I am now at like 11,000 or 12. No, I'm at like 12,000 something words. So I'm hoping that by maybe either by the end of today or by tomorrow, I can fully catch up and I can be on track. Because every day you're only supposed to write 1,000 words, which is nothing. Well, it's something for some people, but I don't really have a hard time writing 1,000 words. So if I can only write 1,000 words a day, then I'm really hoping that helps me kind of finish the story. So yes, Exodus is what I'm working on. It's tentative title because there's another YA novel with the same name, but it's nothing to do with my book at all. That one looks more like Waterworld for teens, and this one is it's like a sci-fi action adventure. It's kind of like, it's got bits of Avatar, bits of The Matrix, bits of, well, a little bit of horror elements in there, a little bit, you know, stuff like that. So I'll talk to you more about that when I have more time to talk, since I've already been talking for way too long about other things. But I'll update you on that, and once I kind of get a good rhythm and stuff, I'll shoot you over what I have so far, and you can take a read and see what you think about it. Alright, so as far as the missing an episode and getting kicked in the balls, here's the thing. As of right now, I don't really have anyone here that would kick me in the balls. My wife won't do it. And it would just be kind of weird to ask my roommate, hey, Ellen, can you kick me in the balls? I don't think that would go off too well. So I have a proposition. I like the ball hitting idea, which out of context sounds like a really weird sentence. But I like the ball kicking idea. So what I'm thinking, though, is since I don't have someone who can actually kick my balls, what if we did a little slight variation of you have to come up with an original way to get hit in the balls. I'm talking like, eventually, if I have a really epic miss, I'm gonna like buy some PVC pipes and build this like stand with like a swinging pendulum thing and measure it at the perfect height, and then you know, and then release it, something like that, which sounds really cool. And my geeky scientist building side kind of wants to miss a video just so I can build that, but then the flip side of it means I have to actually get hit in the balls. So maybe I'm not going to do it. Alright, well, I think that's all I have for this update. Again, I know, I'm sorry I couldn't show you around the apartment just quite yet. but you can see some of the things. For example, the reason I can't really show you around, see all those bags right there? That's all our bags of laundry because it rained on us while we were driving and all our clothes got wet. And those bags stink really, really bad. So that's one thing I have to take to the laundromat since we don't have a washer and dryer here just quite yet. So that's got to get done ASAP. I'm digging this this J.J. Abrams flair I've got going on here. And until next time, say hello to your kids and wife for me. And I'll see you Monday, sunshine.